Morning. How we doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Hunter Novacek,
Hi,
ITEC
I'm
451.
Dave Amato.
Nice to meet you. How you doing today?
I am good, how are you?
Well, I'm doing well.
That is good.
Yeah, got big plans for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no, not a lot,
Hang
not a lot,
around.
just hang around with family,
Yeah,
hang around. What about you?
I'm just going to go back to my grandparents' place and see
Okay.
everyone, hang out with them.
Good deal,
Oh, yeah.
good deal, good deal. Well, tell me a bit about your company.
Okay, so ITEC 451 LLC.
Mhm,
We do a lot of waterworks.
mhm.
We service quite a few towns around the
Mhm.
the Kearney area, but we also go down east. We have a few companies in Lincoln and Omaha,
Mhm.
but we really pride ourselves on how we're able to service our customers.
Mhm.
So the cool thing about us is we're not just stuck in Kearney. We have sister companies. So say emergency happens somewhere such as Lincoln,
Mhm.
we could get you a product right there in Lincoln and get it over to you within hours instead of having to come all the way from Kearney. That's something pretty unique about us. But I would say we can also do residential plumbing too. So if you need smaller pipe and whatnot to go into the residential side of, say, Lincoln or so,
Mhm.
we could get you that.
Do you have warehouses in Lincoln then? They
So
could keep the product?
it wouldn't, so we don't own that product,
Mhm.
but our sister companies do, and we are able to purchase through them.
Okay,
And so we would buy that product and it'd be ours and then be sold to you.
okay, so they would have the product available
Yes.
in Lincoln. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Can I pick it up there if I
Yes.
needed something really,
Yes.
really bad? Okay, okay, okay. All right, all right. Okay, okay. So, tell me about your suppliers a little bit.
Yeah.
Who's your biggest supplier?
No, yeah.
And, tell me about your guys' relationship with them, how long you've been with them, that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
I actually brought you a vendor testimonial.
Okay,
too.
great.
So Mueller Valves is someone we do a lot of business with.
Mhm,
They do a lot with the gate valves and butterfly valves.
mhm,
We also do a lot with Crestline pipe. We can do Charlotte pipe as well. And that can be for both just like Schedule 40 or if you
Mhm.
want some sewer pipe or something like that.
Yep.
And then our supplier is the same for when it comes to getting like large industrial black pipe or
mhm,
TNC threaded couple pipe.
mhm,
And then Miller meters, I know something that a lot of our municipal suppliers that we have around now, their meters are always breaking. So they're always looking for new ones. We've had really good luck with them. And we've actually been in partner with them for about 15 years now. And they have a cool new product out that say you guys are driving around town, they want to check how much water's coming through a valve or something like that. They don't actually have to get out of the truck. There's a sensor inside that meter. So as the truck drives by, you'll have your meter reader inside your truck. They'll drive by, press read. You got to be within like, I think 75 feet, I think is what the number was. And it will actually pick up how much water's going through it and everything like that. That's something really cool that they offer. But all these vendors right here, these are the three that I tend to deal with the most and have a really good relationship with. But also I'd like to say some people, I know especially within cities, they're very strict about what kind of product they can put underground just through codes and everything like that.
mhm.
But the cool thing about us too is we have a wide variety of different vendors we can go through in order to get you what you need for your product.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So when I call in, do I talk to a same person all the time? Or is it, so I have like one customer service person and they would handle wherever I had?
So you would have my direct contact
Okay.
where you call me, but I mean, as you know, I can't always be there. There might be a time where I have to be out doing something. So I have a number 2 guy who does all my quotes, all my bids and everything like that. And he deals with my like stuff that I can't get to that day, say I'm gone or if I'm sick or something like that. So it'd be me, you talking to 85% of the time. The rest of it would be my second man, Kyle.
Okay. How have these suppliers and any of your other suppliers, how has shipping been with them? How have you had any problems getting pipe? I mean, with COVID and everything going on, people can't get people, raw materials are hard to get, those kind of things. So
No.
tell me a little bit about that.
No, and I mean, as you know now, like material is really hard to get as we come through. Things are getting held back. It's getting hard to get to. We've actually increased our inventory. We were sitting around $1 million in inventory. We're about doubled that, a little bit more than doubled that up to 2 in order so we can hold that product. But for the most part, these have actually been really good. These 3 companies have been really good at getting us what they can. I mean, they try to allocate you as much as they can to disperse it, but I haven't had any problems with us not having product. And if we do not have it, there's usually a sister company that we can get enough from to keep you working, not have you at a standstill.
Okay. Okay. When you have to get product direct from them, that kind of thing, I mean, do I have to pay shipping on that, or how does that work?
No, so how that comes, so if you say you put in an order or something
Yeah.
like that, we would get that product, it'd be coming into us. We'd have it, we more than likely with what you would order, we would be buying enough to cover freight. They would be actually covering freight. There was some, neither one of us would probably honestly have to do it. But if it was a scenario where you just need a little bit, we have enough jobs going on to the point where we would be able to buy enough to get the full freight allowed. And if something really weird were to happen, we would be able to cover freight on that for you guys.
Okay. So tell me, like, when we look at pricing, I mean, we scour the internet a lot. We see a lot of prices out there, that kind of thing. How do you guys hold up? I mean, this all sounds great, but am I paying for it in the end, or that kind of thing? So,
the thing is, but what we like to think about it as is like, you guys are a business, you guys got to make money. We're a business too. In order for us to service you in the best possible way, we physically can't do that without making a little bit of money on it. Otherwise our business wouldn't be able to run. But there's no way that it's ever going to run to something where we're cutting you through the back, trying to steal every dollar from you, because at the end of the day, you're going to find out, and it's going to end up screwing us over, and you're going to be pissed, and it's going to automatically ruin our relationship that we've built.
Okay. How have these guys been with warranty? So if I get a valve in, get it installed, and then that valve fails on me, or fails on the customer 30 days from now, I'm not there, and that type of thing. How do they cover that? Do they cover labor, downtime? What? Tell me a bit about it.
They do it. They actually do a really awesome job at covering warranties. It's something that's one thing I really like about them, because if something were to go wrong, we don't have to worry about us being liable or you being liable for it. So say you have a valve go wrong, more than likely, we have more than enough of those valves on hand. So we'd be able to just give you that valve for free. We would take the old one back, ship it to them, and then they would credit us for a valve. So that's how most of all three of these companies actually handle those warranties. And then with those guys down there with the sensors, I mean, sensors can be complicated. So they stand by their word, where if a sensor or something like that were to go bad, something very technical, they will send a service guy out free of charge to come repair that.
Okay. Does any of these on warranties cover labor?
That I'm not 100% sure on for the top two, but the bottom one I know for a fact does cover labor.
Okay. All right. So who are some of the customers you're doing business with now around this area that I could talk to, or around Lincoln?
Yeah. So we actually right now we have a contract with the city of Omaha, the city of Beatrice, Norfolk, and Columbus. Those are some three municipal suppliers that we deal with. Omaha, I put them on there because they're kind of like you, they're a big city. The other ones are kind of smaller, and I want you to be able to call them and ask them questions about how we handle that. This right here, mock digging, so I put them on there. They're a contract. They're just like a general contractor. And I know that with municipal supplies, a lot of times you have to team up with other people, with other companies in order to get jobs done. And they're actually out of Crete, Nebraska, so just down the road from you. Okay. And Ethan Mock, their head guy, he's a really good dude. And I know that he'd be more than willing to talk to you about how we've done. I didn't put any direct quotes from what they said, because I figured you might just think, oh, he could have just made this up. So I just gave you their names, phone numbers, email addresses, and everything. So if you had any questions, you could call them directly. So I mean, is it something, you said you have a contract with the city of Omaha? I mean, how do they work their contracts? Is it like a yearly thing? What is it? So it's they pretty much renew it every year. It's kind of been, but the one thing is you're not stuck in it. So if we screw up or do something wrong, it's not like you can't get out of it or stop. You have to start doing business somewhere else. So how we do it, they'll buy so many valves, so many feet of pipe, and they'll stock it themselves. So we'll send in a bid to them, and then they'll look it over and see hey, we need to throw this on there. And then usually we just ship it all down there to them and have it for them. And they'll usually have a full year's supply of that. But then obviously, just like anywhere, they'll have something go wrong, and we'll personally drive it down there from Kearney if we can't get it from Lincoln or Omaha stores, Okay. If I gave you a listing of a bunch of different valves, different pipe sizes, anything like that, maybe a couple of different meters, that type of stuff that I know that we will go through.
that type of thing. I mean, will you guys keep that stuff in stock
Yeah,
for us?
Yeah.
There in Lincoln?
yeah.
Okay,
100%.
was there any fee for that
No,
kind of stock?
there's no fee for stocking it.
Okay.
No, there will, like, one thing I just want to be aware of, if we hold that stock for you,
Mhm.
if we're holding it for like months, and we will bill it out if that's what you need, but we will keep it in our store, no extra charge, just the price for what we agreed on.
Okay, when you say bill out, what do you mean?
Like, we will bill the company, so the city of Lincoln will have the bill, it'll be paid for, but we'll be holding it, because we know a lot of the municipal supplies around there, they don't have enough storage to hold it all, but we have more than enough to hold it.
Well, there's a lot of times that I wanna get stuff and I'm between fiscal years,
Okay.
that kind of thing. So I want to be able to basically move money around. I
Mhm.
mean, is it something where I could say, hey, you order this in, stock it, and then I'll buy it from you later? Do you guys do things like that?
We will on things that we will hold in stock and we can buy more of, or we sell to other people, but if it's like a weird object where it's something
Okay.
just you need, we would not be able to I mean, we could probably work something out, but more times than not, we've just had some bad luck in the past with
Okay,
other suppliers, people just calling it in, we're paying $10,000 for some kind of meter or something like that, and then they never come pick it up. So that's something that my boss he doesn't really love doing, but
Mhm. When we do buy it, what is your payment terms?
we can do net 60, net 30,
Okay.
or you can,
Okay.
there's also a lot of times where things, if they aren't very expensive, we'll have an account set up
Mhm.
where you can set it however you want. So we'll keep a credit going, and then once it's a certain amount, it'll automatically bill you. But that's like something that we can talk about.
Okay. Do you guys do consignment at all? Where you can put products that I use regularly in my stock, and then bill me, come check them every week and bill me as a.
Yeah, we will do that. If that's something that you'd be interested in, we can actually have our vendors direct ship items to
Okay.
your shop. And then we could come down there and come check them out, see how much you got, if you put an order in, and then we'd be able to bill that.
Okay. All righty. So, yeah, I just really got, kind of thrown into this. Gentleman was supposed to be
Yeah.
here, wasn't here today, that kind of thing. I mean, it all sounds pretty good. We're pretty comfortable though with where we're at.
Mhm.
They've done a nice job. They've helped us out of a lot of jams,
Okay.
that kind of thing. Occasionally on a weekend when we ran stuff short, that kind of thing. I mean, is there any way you guys can help us on a weekend? That kind of thing?
100%. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. We more than willing, if you ever need something on the weekend, well, we have roughly 15 guys here in Kearney that work there.
Mhm.
And if not one of them can't go in, like, I'll make sure that I can be there delivering it to you. We will get a product to you on a weekend in an emergency.
Okay. How often then would I see you or here the city? Would you come by and make sure everything's going well, that type of stuff?
Oh yeah. So I mean, I have a lot of customers in the eastern half of the state, so
Mhm.
I'm down there all the time, stopping in, seeing what's up, making sure everything's going well, seeing if there's any jobs coming up, anything you need more brought in on stock. So a lot of times I like to keep just some extra pipe or something like that in the back of my truck. Like, hell yeah, I kind of need some of this, so I can just unload it right there and give it to you.
If there's stuff you don't have and you got to order, say one of these, how long does it take to get it?
It varies right now. So right now, as of today, as we know at the market how it's been, we can get our valves in roughly a week and a half, 2 weeks. They're doing pretty well at keeping stocked up. Crestline pipe's a little harder to get, but we were able to get ahead of the curve on that one and stock quite a bit. But if say we need something, that's probably more of like a 3.5 week lead time. And then with the meters, that's hardly any lead time at all. Maybe a couple days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how, from a pricing standpoint, have these guys stayed pretty steady on prices? Have they gone up a lot here during the past year, 18 months?
With pipe, we have seen a little bit of an increase.
Mhm.
That's just because of the shortage and everything like that. But it's nothing like that you aren't seeing with all the pipe vendors around.
Mhm.
They've all kind of been staying steady with going up at the same time. It's almost kind of like they're all talking,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of that goes on. If we get into a contract with you, Is it a situation where you guys can hold price for 6 months or a year?
It depends with what the product is.
Okay.
So with something that we kind of keep tabs on here so we have a few products in our lineup. So say we get like a Fernco coupling or something like that, they're pretty good at keeping their prices Fernco. So with something that we're comfortable with our vendor, because we wouldn't be just us, you'd have to go through us, and then we'd have to go through our vendor, so we could all agree on that. And a lot of times we do find that if there's enough being purchased, they will hold price on that. But as our distributor, we could not just say, yeah, we can sign that, because in the end of the day, we could end up, I could end up losing my job over something like that. But
Mr. Dave,
Yeah.
your next appointment is here.
Okay. All right. I'll be done right here in a second. Okay.
Well, before I head out,
Yeah.
is there anything that you guys need from us or anything else that?
No,
you out with?
not today.
Okay.
I'm gonna take this information, talk over with Alejandro, get a good idea of kind of where his head's at. Like I said, we're pretty happy with the vendor we have, but that doesn't mean, that we can't have two vendors.
Yeah.
Sometimes eggs and all in one basket isn't the great thing there, but I appreciate you coming in. I
Yeah.
appreciate your answers and straightforward.
Well, I'll give you my card there.
Perfect. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Thank you.
All righty.
You have a good rest of your
yourself.
day.
You as well.
Look forward to
Thank you
speaking to
very much.
soon. Yep.
All righty. Bye now.
Awesome.
All righty.
I'll take these.
Okay.
I don't want them.
Yeah, you're good. That's fine. That's fine. Thank you so
You
much.
bet. Have a good one.
All righty.